What's up guys, my name's Brandon and well, I did not expect to be bringing you guys this news tonight, but the iPhone SE2 / iPhone 9 that we've been covering here on the channel for years, yeah, that could be coming a lot sooner than we think, and with a name that we did not expect. So in this video, we're going to cover the latest leaks and rumors surrounding this mysterious iPhone, the specs, the pricing, the colors, the naming schemes, and a possible release date. And once again, it could be a lot sooner than you think. So if you guys remember in my last leaks and rumors video on the iPhone 9, we talked about how there could be a plus size model to go along with the 4.7-inch model. And this was based on leaked iOS 14 code, which was obtained by 9to5Mac that showed a 5.5-inch Touch ID device in the code. So it wasn't just a random report, it was actually legit in iOS 14 code. And that was basically the last we heard about the iPhone 9. But now 9to5Mac is back with an even bigger bombshell. So in this latest report, which comes from a quote, highly trusted reader, they reveal pretty much everything. So the name, the release date, the color and storage options, and more. So let's start off with the naming scheme, because this has been the hardest one to gauge since Apple really never even hinted at what this iPhone could be called. There were really never any leaks about a specific name for this device. It was always just called iPhone SE2 or iPhone 9 all along for years now. And I think a lot of people were thinking iPhone SE2 for a while until that last leaks and rumors video where there was going to be a plus size model. And then all of a sudden iPhone SE2 didn't really make sense. So we went back to iPhone 9. Well, now it appears that the name of this 4.7-inch budget iPhone is iPhone SE. Yes, iPhone SE, most likely going to be with parentheses 2020. So iPhone SE 2020. That is what 9to5Mac is reporting is going to be the official name for this budget iPhone. So this is pretty unexpected. I mean, the closest guess that we had here on the channel was just iPhone and in parentheses 2020, just because they named the budget iPad in 2019 just iPad and then in parentheses 2019. So we thought they could do that this year with the budget iPhone, but it appears it's going to be called iPhone SE 2020 instead of just iPhone 2020. So this makes things a little bit interesting now, because what is the plus sized model of this iPhone SE going to be called? iPhone SE Plus 2020 or just iPhone SE Plus, since there was never a plus model of the original iPhone SE? That seems to be the most logical, but then again, Apple doesn't always make the most logical choices. They've been throwing a lot of curveballs our way lately. But it seems like iPhone SE Plus would be the most likely if there were to be a plus size model, which based on the iOS 14 code, there is going to be. Now, it's also interesting to note that 9to5Mac did not include any information about this plus size model in the report, which could indicate that we'll either see it later this year, or Apple could have just ditched those plans, or they just didn't mention it in the report because they didn't have anything to report on it. It's kind of just too early and too hard to tell at this point. But with everything going on in the world right now, it would be pretty weird for Apple to launch two iPhones, as early as, this month, which I'll get into the release date here in a minute. But it seems like it could be possible to release the iPhone SE 2020 now and maybe the plus size model later this year. But again, there's nothing in this report to indicate that, and it's all speculation as far as the plus size model right now. But in addition to the first legit report on the naming scheme, we also learned about the color and storage options, which is something else that has been speculated for a very long time now. So it looks like we'll be getting 3 color options, so white, black, and product red, and the storage size will start at 64 gigabytes as expected, and it's also going to be available in 128 and 256 gigabyte variants. So very straightforward, very simple as expected for a budget device. Now, in addition to this, they also report that we're going to see 5 iPhone SE cases available at the time of launch. So we're going to have black silicone, white silicone, red leather, black leather, and midnight blue leather. So is that a hint at the upcoming iPhone, midnight blue? I sure hope so. But the fact that these cases and the specific colors are listed in this report as well just makes it that much more believable. Now, as for the pricing, there is no update in this report, but Ming-Chi Kuo did report that they would start at $399 a while back. However, just recently, Mark Gurman of Bloomberg seems to disagree with that and says that he thinks they're going to start at $449. So we're going to have to wait and see on that, but just know that the price should remain under $450, which is a great bargain for a brand new iPhone, especially with the latest chipset in it, the A13 Bionic chip. So now for the exciting part, and that is the release date. When are we going to be getting the new iPhone SE 2020? So it looks like Apple could launch this new iPhone SE as early as tomorrow. April 3rd. I know, crazy, but Apple is known for launching products on Fridays, so this aligns with past releases from Apple. It would make sense. But then again, we don't know if it will just go up for pre-order on apple.com tomorrow or if it will be available to start shipping tomorrow. So I would bet that we would probably just see a pre-order for tomorrow if we got it tomorrow, and then start receiving the iPhone SE next week, mid to late next week, maybe on Friday, April 10th. But once again, who knows with Apple at this point? They've been throwing constant curveballs lately, and really anything is possible. But 9to5Mac is reporting that as early as tomorrow, we could see the iPhone SE 2020 on Apple's website for ordering. Now, if you have not been following my videos on this new iPhone SE, the design is going to be the same as the iPhone 8, except for we're going to have a few differences. So we're going to have a centered Apple logo. So instead of being up top right here and the iPhone branding down at the bottom, it's expected to be right in the center, just the Apple logo and no iPhone or no lettering on the bottom. And we could also see a slightly improved camera, but even if the camera is the same as the iPhone 8 here, we will have the A13 chip inside, which is going to give us tons of improvements to the camera like deep fusion and smart HDR. So the camera quality is going to be much better than the iPhone 8. And we're also going to see the removal of a pressure sensitive screen and 3D touch. So we're no longer going to have 3D touch, which is actually a good thing because that means that we're going to get better battery life. So we're still going to have haptic touch, of course, like all devices have on iOS 13. But the removal of that pressure sensitive screen and 3D touch means that we should be able to get a bigger battery in there and have much better battery life than we did on the iPhone 8. And it will be interesting to see how that compares to the iPhone 11. Of course, I will probably do a big battery test here on the channel once this new iPhone SE comes out to see just how much better that battery life is. But of course, we are also going to have the home button. We're not going to have Face ID. We will have Touch ID and a home button, which is going to be a big selling point for a lot of people who prefer that over facial recognition. So yeah, we didn't get any new design leaks in this report, but we did learn more about the software and the capabilities of this new iPhone SE. So based on the iOS 13.4.5 beta code, which iOS 13.4.5 beta 1 just came out a couple of days ago, this new iPhone SE will be compatible with the upcoming car key feature, which of course is going to allow us to unlock NFC-enabled cars with just your iPhone. So this upcoming feature is said to start with the new BMWs, but I'm sure it will roll out to other cars down the road as well. But you will be able to use car key with this new iPhone SE. And it's also going to be compatible with express transit cards with power reserve, which means that you can still use the phone for these things even after it dies, which not all phones can do. And I'll discuss these features more in depth when the device is actually in hand and we actually get access to car key and things like that. So just look forward to future videos if you're still curious about those two features. And now this whole report from 9to5Mac also lines up with some news from earlier this week where we saw retail stores getting shipments of, you can see here on the box from UAG, new iPhone 4.7 inch 2020. So this is a case that was in a Best Buy store, and apparently they were being instructed not to merchandise these cases until April 5th, which is this upcoming Sunday. So that could indicate a release date of Monday, April 6th, but who knows? It's just a merchandising date and Best Buy stores aren't even opened right now. So we'll have to see about that. And then just another small piece of news here. Apple actually leaked AirTags once again in an Apple support video. So you can see here, they were showing how to erase your iPhone's data. And when they go to the settings here, you can actually see a toggle that literally says AirTags in plain view. They're like not even trying to hide it. So I think they probably did this on purpose. Everybody caught on to it and then they took the video down. But of course, if it's on the internet, it stays on the internet. So we do see another report, or actually basically confirmation once again, of AirTags. So that tells me we should also be seeing AirTags very, very soon as well. So if you guys are interested in those, let me know in a comment down below. I think that's going to be actually a really great Apple accessory that a lot of people are going to sleep on at first, but a lot of people are going to love it, kind of like with the AirPods. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Some major news that you probably weren't expecting on this Thursday night. So what do you think of the expected name iPhone SE 2020? There's part of me that still wishes it was named iPhone 9, but I don't blame Apple for not doing that. It would definitely confuse consumers, especially since a lot of consumers are going to be buying this phone that don't really know a lot about iPhone. So they would be confused. So that's probably why Apple did not name it iPhone 9. And I just think that this is going to be the perfect device for people who still have an iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 6s, iPhone SE. I think this is going to be the perfect device to update to. So you've probably been waiting a while to update to this phone. this is the one you're going to want to update to, especially because of its cheap price tag, and it's going to be super powerful. You won't lose your home button like you had on those devices. So I think this thing is going to sell extremely well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to sell well? Do you think it's going to be a flop because of what's going on in the world right now? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. You guys know I love responding to you down there. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you're excited, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing the sound of my voice when I'm excited, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe. I will be getting the new iPhone SE on day 1 here on the channel. And of course, doing tons of coverage on it. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.